The Snake River in Minnesota has been an important waterway for centuries. It carves its way through the forest before spilling out into the mighty St. Croix. We're here on the coldest day of winter thus far, braving a wind chill well below zero. So join us as we hit the trail, warm up by the fire, and enjoy simple living. Welcome to Tiny Cabin Life. It's December here in Minnesota, and we're finally starting to get some very cold temperatures. The low for the day is going to be around 4 degrees with a wind chill well below zero. And so I thought it'd be fitting to bring out our travel cabin, which uses a wood stove for heat and will keep us nice and warm when we're here at camp. We're in the Shengwatana State Forest in east central Minnesota, right across the border from Wisconsin. I picked a campground on the Snake River right before it dumps into the larger St. Croix. It's a beautiful area with a lot of different things to explore, and I'm looking forward to checking out as much as we can today. But first, we gotta get some breakfast going to fuel up before we head out on the trail. Well, it feels really good to be back in the travel cabin. There's nothing quite like having the wood stove over there to keep this place warm and toasty. Now, the plan for the day is just to get out and explore. We're in a really unique area where we've got 2 rivers. I want to get out and just kind of experience this place. We're going to actually be crossing the river into Wisconsin to hike a trail that I've wanted to check out for a while in a state forest over there. And so that's going to be pretty cool. Since the Snake River is right in our backyard here, I decided that we got to go check that one out first. Man, is it windy today. We're definitely going to get a wind chill below zero, that's for sure, especially if this keeps up. It is cold. Here's the Snake River. You can see ice floating down. We're gonna have to keep a close eye on Ellie because she'd be in that water in a second. The Snake River is 104 miles long. Historically, it's been a very significant river as it connects the St. Croix to Mille Lacs Lake and then beyond to the Mississippi. This area has been the home to the Ojibwe and other native people for centuries. And so it's pretty cool to be camped out here. You've got the snow flurries swirling around, the open water passing by. Man, that ice on the shoreline, that is treacherous. We are definitely staying on shore, not getting close to that ice. On the way back to the cabin, we dropped by the truck to grab some wood and my chainsaw. So I brought in all this birch to burn in our wood stove because it just lasts longer, it creates some good coals. It's just better for burning in there. But the problem is they're in these, longer pieces. So we got to cut them down and then split them up a little bit so that we can use them in the wood stove today and tonight. With a decent little stockpile of wood, I figured it was time to head out towards Wisconsin and the St. Croix River. We are headed to Wisconsin. We're gonna go check out the Sandrock Cliffs Trail, which is in the Governor Knowles State Forest over there. It's gonna be right on the St. Croix River, which should be just absolutely beautiful. And I'm really looking forward to it. Outside the forests in this area, you'll see a lot of agricultural land. In fact, in the early days of nearby Pine City, Minnesota, it was logging and agriculture that led to economic development in the area. All right, this is the St. Croix, and it looks like it's basically all ice right now. And now we are in Wisconsin and turning into our trail. The wind was whipping and temperature dropping as we pulled into the parking lot. And it was no surprise that we were the only ones there. Whoa! Yikes! It is cold. Holy moly, we're definitely getting down there now. The trail began to take us up a little ways into the Sandrock Cliffs overlooking the river. And soon we were absolutely enveloped by pine trees. The area is named for the sandstone rock outcroppings that jet out from the cliffside. And this section of the trail allows you to see that a little bit. This pine grove we're in is just stunning. It's mainly red pines, those are those big towering ones, but you can also see some white pine mixed in here as well. Eventually, we dip down out of the pine trees and end up at a nice clear viewpoint of the St. Croix River. Man, oh man. Unbelievable. It's just like pure ice out here. It's amazing to see such a powerful river frozen over like this. But make no mistake about it, underneath that ice, the current still rolls on. How wild is it to think that we were paddling this river not far from here only about a month ago? That is unbelievable. Good girl. Glad to see you're having fun. Due to the harsh winds and dropping temperatures, we decided this was the spot to turn back and head towards the cabin. All right, guys, real quick, I want to thank the sponsor of this week's video, Soocas. One of the things that I'm always forgetting to do when I'm out in the woods is floss. Either I forget the floss at home or it just slips my mind. And it's kind of ironic because I'm always eating food that gets stuck in my teeth like beef sticks or beef jerky. Well, thankfully, this bad boy right here, the NEOS 2, helps me to brush and floss at the same time. It's all built into one toothbrush. Traveling in a small cabin means I only have limited space, so I don't even consider bringing those bulky water flossers. So to save room, switching to items that are multi-use is super important. And it's still very travel friendly. I was worried that it might be a little bit bulky, but if you look at it, it's extremely portable and fits into my bag perfectly. And the battery life is incredible. This thing will give you 30 days of continuous brushing on one charge. It's incredibly easy to use as well. The top button will start a deep clean, which gives you about 2 minutes of brushing with 1 minute of flossing. But if all you need to do is floss, you just press that bottom button to go right into 1 minute of flossing. And when I'm out here, water is scarce, and what I love is this thing uses far less water than a normal water flosser. And there are 3 different sensitivities, so you can find the sweet spot for you. And so the NEOS 2 has been a real big deal for me. It helps me to continue to live this lifestyle that I love and maintain a higher quality of life. So if you want to give the NEOS 2 a try, all you have to do is follow the link in the description of this video. It's been a great fit for me, and I think it will be for you as well. And with that, I want to thank Soocas for sponsoring this video. As sunset drew closer, I figured now was the time to get outside and have a little fire. That way I could spend a little time outside before the temperature drops even more. And despite the heavy winds up in the canopy, there was very little reaching the ground due to the thick woods. Man, I just love being out in the winter time like this because you're rewarded for getting out and just doing it. You always have the place all to yourself no matter where you go because very few are willing to brave the frigid temperatures and the blowing wind. And I mean, it's cool. You feel a real sense of accomplishment just sitting out here by a fire. All right, we got to do a little pre-dinner whiskey here. Once again, we've got the High West Double Rye. I love this stuff. It's really, really good. Bottoms up. That's good. Before long, though, it was time to head inside and get some dinner going. All right, so once again, we've got some amazing leftovers from rye. Tonight, we're gonna be heating up some creamy chicken tortellini soup. Thankfully, all I have to do is dump this in a pot and heat it up. We're good to eat. Just look at this tortellini. So good. I love having these leftovers like this because honestly, I don't love cooking out here. There's just other things that I'd rather be doing with my time. And so having good meals like this that are cooked and ready to go is such a treat. Love having a wood stove. Oh yeah, feels great in here. sit and reflect on all the amazing memories and moments that I've shared with my family and with Ellie. You know, I've said this many times, but I just think there's something really cool about the fact that this place doesn't change, but the outside does. And it's so cool to be able to just see so many beautiful things. I'm so grateful to be able to share them with you guys. So thank you for coming along with us. It really means a lot. Good morning. Let's check on our fire. Okay, still got some good coals. Get some small pieces on there. It's time for me to pack up the cabin and head home, so I think we're gonna call the video here. Thank you guys so much for coming along. This was one of my favorite trips in a while. It was so nice being back out in the travel cabin with the wood stove. It's amazing how much heat can really make or break a trip. You know, the last video I did, we were out in a survival shelter and it was quite cold. I've got that video linked up above if you want to check it out. It was a great time, but man, there's nothing quite like being warm and toasty inside a cabin, and that was just awesome. I want to thank all of you for watching and supporting our channel. It's just such a joy to be able to come out here and make these videos for you guys on a weekly basis. I do want to give a special shout out to our patrons who generously donate to this channel. Thank you guys so much. We're just so grateful for every single one of you. But for now, it's time for me to get out of here. We'll see you next week. God bless.